Today is the 1st of January 2025, and this year one of my New Year's resolutions is to film more of my life. I really want to maybe do like weekly vlogs. I don't really do much though during the week, but even just documenting my thoughts, small things, stuff like that. I've got a new camera, I've got the Osmo Pocket 3. So tiny and cute. It's now the same distance away from the year 2000 to the year 2050, which is mental. I've just been at work today on the 1st. I got back from my New Year's party at 5 in the morning and then woke up at 8 for work. I was a bit like, oh. Luckily I work from home, but even still I was very tired. I've just woken up from a nap actually. But one New Year's resolution I did keep 5 years ago when I made it was this guy here. It's a 1 line a day diary, and as the name suggests, you write 1 line a day about something that happened, and I did it for the entire 5 years. As you can see, I filled out all of it. He's a little bit well loved after 5 years of being on my shelf, but he's in pretty good nick. I was writing the final page today, and I was like, oh my god, I'm kind of proud of myself for actually doing that, because I always wanted to keep a diary when I was younger, but just never could. So this guy is now retired. He's going to go in my memory box. We really recommend people getting this and just putting it by your bedside or putting it on your desk so you do it every day. And I'm not in the routine of it, obviously. So I've now got my new one, which is a green version of it. But I can check this whenever I want. Lots of good memories in here, so hopefully some more good ones to come. It's a little bit depressing way to start the new year, but I have 4 rabbits, and unfortunately one of them needs to be put to sleep on Friday, so in 2 days time. He was meant to be put to sleep on the 30th, but I chickened out. I couldn't do it. Just been giving him really lovely long Christmas treats every day. He's having a great time, but I am not ready for Friday at all. I've given him the best life I possibly could, and there's nothing more I can do, which is sometimes the worst thing, knowing you can't physically do any more. So that date's looming. Everything's booked, everything's arranged, cremation, etc. So just need to actually see it through, which is going to be tough. But I've still got a couple more days with him. I'm going to enjoy our time together, and we'll go from there. That's all we can do. So let's see if I actually see these weekly video diaries through for 2025. It's the 2nd of January, and it is a proper winter Sunday. It's gorgeous. Hi! Are you pretty? Good girl. Where's everyone else? We get a treat. Oh, hello, Shaggy. What's this? Shag, what's this? Boo Boo, hello. Oh, they've all come over. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Hey, honey. Oh, here you go. Here's yours. Oh, good boy. Enjoy. Boo Boo. No, don't steal his. He's going to steal his. He's going to steal it and run away with it. One of them is. Okay, well, Popcorn's got theirs. That's okay. There you go. And then, here you go. You got one eventually. Good boy. Oh. Hey, good boy. I love winter sun so much. It's so pretty. It's so cold. It's so crisp. She is flat out. Let's see if I can wake her up nicely with the smell of a treat. What's that? Oh, that worked. Oh, she's awake. Oh, she's my girl. She's my old girl. She just likes to sleep. Here you go. There's your treats. Treats and eats. Ain't that right, Brie? Oh, he got all the treats. He's got all the treats. What a good boy, Shaggy, Shaggy. Isn't that nice? Look at all the treats you got to find. Oh, look at the weather. Isn't it nice? I really need to practice using this gimbal. Don't I, baby?
Yes. Oh no. Oh, it's so pretty. You can tell it's the 2nd of Jan. Oh, tree. He did such a good job this year, and he smells so good. You can tell that Jack's been... It's already nearly midday, and his frost is still there. Not good for the car, but very pretty for me. I need to go take Shark to the vets to be put to sleep this morning, and I am not ready in the slightest. I've just been putting it off and off. The only good thing is that he had an amazing day yesterday. He was out all day in the garden yesterday. It was a really pretty winter Sunday. And it's still a nice day today, as you can see. I've lost pets before, but I've never had to plan to put them down. It's always been an emergency situation, so for me this is a lot harder. The other bunnies are here just to say goodbye as well. There was something really special about Shark. I'm just glad I tried, and I'm glad he had a good last year with me. Goodbye, little man. You were such a good boy. Such a good boy. I don't know if you can see that, but it's the eve of Shark's passing, and there is a single star in the sky with the moon. I've just had this box arrive from Amazon, and there's only one thing it could be, and that is the art of DreamWorks for its 30th anniversary. But what is this size? Look how huge this is. I can't believe how big it is. Surely it can't be as big as this box. Is it the thing where Amazon does lots of packaging for no reason? Okay, it's a little bit better than what I thought it was good. Oh my god, it's so heavy. Bloody hell. Is its actual size, which is still a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, but not as big as that. What on earth was that about, Amazon? This is the size of the book. It is beautiful, and it is so heavy. It's been such a horrible day. Shark was put to sleep today, and I'm just having major regrets already about it. The thing with Shark is that he had something called EC. It's very common in rabbits, but it can affect them differently. He was an ex-breeding rabbit. He came from a horrible situation. He hadn't really ever been cared for properly. He had coccidia as well. His kidneys were already failing. We've tried to slow it down as much as we could this year, but he keeps having bad flare-ups. So the vet and I kind of said, let's give him Christmas. And we did, and I did, and he had an amazing time. And at the beginning of December, he had lost again so much weight, even after the medicine. But today, when I took him in, the vet asked how he was, and I said, I really hope he's fat and plump, because he's had so much food over Christmas, and I mean treats daily, multiple times a day, something you shouldn't really do with your bunnies. But I knew that his days were numbered, so I let him have what he wanted. And he went on the scale today, and he had put on so much weight, which was so nice to hear. And that weight gain would only have been temporary. It was only because he had had such a good Christmas and been spoilt for the last couple of weeks of his life that
he had gained it, which made me feel happy. But now I'm just sat here feeling guilty because maybe I should have let him have a couple more weeks. When a rabbit has EC, they pose a threat to other rabbits as well, and obviously he was bonded in a quad, and he wasn't ever going to get better. He was just going to decline, and the vet said sometimes it's better to do it a day early than a day too late, and I agree with that. But he seemed okay today, and like that weight gain made me happy, but I know in the long run it would have just dropped straight back off. Now all the Christmas treats have gone. Just feeling guilty. Maybe I should have given him a couple more weeks, but ultimately the decision, like the end was going to be the same. He wasn't going to get better. And it just sucks because I had him for less than a year, and he had a life of misery until he was rescued. And even though he had a bad life, he was still so loving towards me, towards the other rabbits. He had never had a bad bone in his body. He would kiss me. He was so good to the other rabbits, and he was just still so full of love despite the circumstances, and he deserved so much better. I'm glad I gave him one last good year, but it's not fair. It shouldn't have happened, and the welfare of rabbits in this country, and in most countries to be fair, is so bad. It gets to me so bad. But I know that he had a really good last year. He was out in the grass every day for hours in the sun. He had bunnies that loved him. He had healthcare to the best that I could give him, and that the exotic vets could give him as well. My vet is fantastic. I love her so much. I've never had to put down a rabbit that's planned. It's only ever been emergencies for any of my animals, and they've suddenly had to go put down. So having this date, I already delayed it until the 3rd, which was today, from the 30th, because I just couldn't do it. And honestly, even today, he was fine. He was happy. Rabbits hide illness as well, very well. I know that his disease can greatly impact them as well, so it was the right decision. He had the most amazing Christmas. He died with a full belly, so happy, and he never had the chance to suffer to an extent where it would have been uncomfortable for him. And I'm just trying to focus on that right now because I feel so guilty, because there's nothing I could have done. I could have maybe given him a couple more weeks, but what would that have done, really? Other than just put my rabbits more at risk and for him to suffer. I'm just mad because he deserved so much of a longer life than he got, and I couldn't do anything about it. Oh, it's been a horrible day. That little rabbit was so special, and I know everyone says that about their pets, but he was very special, and I wanted him in my life for as long as I could. Barely a year I had him. I guess it just makes me appreciate the small things and time a bit more, which is a good thing. But he shouldn't have to have taught me that. He should have been taken care of by his original owners at the start. Oh, it just makes me mad. I took him to the cremationist afterwards, so I'll collect his ashes in a couple of days. Even saying goodbye there is hard. Watching the rabbits say goodbye is hard. I'm glad they had time to sit, to understand and spend time with the body. I loved him so much, and I still love him, and I will forever, and I will see him again. I just wish I had longer. I'm just gonna have to carry him with me and take care of my other bunnies and keep moving forward and keep the education up for rabbit welfare as much as I can, and really cherish the memories that I did have with that amazing little guy. I'm gonna leave that here. Cuddle your pets. Love them lots. It is I forgot this is face tracking. It is the 4th of January today. It was my dad's gimbal protection. Okay. Ooh. Come on, this is a brand new Osmo. I don't know why it's doing that. Brothers came over to watch the football. My brother brought his daughter. She was only born late last year. So his granddaughter, which was very wholesome. But other than that, pretty quiet day. I went for my morning walk. It was really frosty today, super cold. I tend to walk to the next village over on the weekends. And during my walk today, there was a really
cute little scenario where I walked past this horse and there was a little magpie sitting on top of his rug, trying to stay warm, I assume, and it was very wholesome. He was just perched there whilst the horse was munching on the frosted grass, and it was really sweet to see. Shark is still very much in my mind and will be for weeks and months to come. But just trying to keep myself busy, especially in these early days, otherwise I know I'll spiral. So just currently editing a video I filmed last year. Was a Pokemon binder challenge inspired by Pat Flynn. I filmed ages ago, and I have a habit of filming stuff and never editing it, so I'm trying to get better at that. I've been using CapCut for desktop, which has been amazing because I really don't want to pay for Premiere anymore for very obvious reasons. It's so expensive. Just currently going through this. It's basically a Pokemon card binder challenge that I did, which meant me basically collecting one Pokemon card of every single Pokemon ever to exist, so over 1,000 cards, with some certain elements to make it more difficult, like only being reverse hollows. So that's kind of been my day. I love filming videos, but I just don't like editing them, but I also don't like having heavy raw files on my PC, so it pushes me to actually just create that one file and then it's done with it. I cleaned my other bunnies out today, just to give them a bit of a fresh environment. The illness that Shark had basically was spread through his urine, so it's really important to keep the environment clean. So cleaned their environment completely of that, and gave them some really warm, fresh bedding because it is very cold at the moment in the UK. It snowed last night. It snowed very heavily last night, actually. It's raining a lot this morning, though, so it's kind of already pretty much been washed away. I love the snow. It brings back so many childhood memories. I love the cold. I just think it's so magical. It means Jack Frost. But for the first time ever in my life last night, when the snow came, I burst into tears because I'm still feeling terribly guilty about maybe not giving Shark a couple of more weeks. And then the day after he passes, it snows. So when I looked out my window, I just burst into tears because the snow, I love the snow so much, and it's never ever made me feel sad, but made me feel guilty about maybe not giving Shark a couple of more weeks. I never got to have him when it was snowing here because I didn't have him very long. So I just felt terribly guilty, like, is this a sign that he should have stayed a couple more weeks to experience snow, have a bit longer? So it was a rough night. I just couldn't stop crying. I've never been saddened by snow. I love the snow. But then part of me kind of was like, snow means peace. Maybe it was a sign from him and Jack saying that they're fine and having a good time. And Cloud has introduced Shark to Jack. I know that sounds silly, but that's kind of what I hold on to. And I also associate snow with heaven and angels and just peace, purity, like fresh start, that kind of thing. I would love to have seen Shark in the snow. I don't know if he would have liked it. He was very much a sunny bunny. I know he's experiencing it now with Jack, and I do think it's probably more of a sign. And look at this beautiful scenery. The rain has really washed away an awful lot of it already. It's only like 9 o'clock, but last night it was on so thick. But yeah, very pretty. And Jack's been, and I love Jack Frost, so it's exciting. Look at that. Look at that beautiful snow. Look at this beautiful scenery. Gorgeous. Just on my walk, and I've been enjoying looking at all of the animal footprints left overnight. But I keep coming across these tracks, and you can see that obviously there's human footprints as well, but there's like sharp claws, if that makes sense. So I think it might be a badger, but I'm not too sure. Hang on, here are some better ones. Can you see? They just seem very badger-like to me. Also, if it's a badger, it's bloody massive. It's like when I see those little sharp claws, it makes me think it must be that. Just following the badger's footprints now. Maybe I'll find a badger at the end of this, who knows? I wanted to show you guys the 30th anniversary book I purchased for DreamWorks Animation, which is this guy. I got it a couple of days ago. I haven't looked at it yet, but you can see it there. It was a really expensive book. I got it for £93 from Amazon, but I think it retails for like £145 in the UK. I went to Siren Sister today with my mum just to help cheer me up about Shark after my walk in the snow this morning, and we went to Fat Face and she bought me this really nice fluffy dressing gown because it is freezing in the UK at the moment. I am so cold. I thought we'd go through the art book together. I actually was lucky enough to work with someone who worked on Rise of the Guardians in my last project, which is for Netflix, the Twits animated feature. I was a production coordinator on it. They were a lighting supervisor on the film, and that was just a dream come true. Never thought that would happen. So yeah, let's have a look. The book is so heavy. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to show you. Look at this. Oh my god. Look at that art. 2002. Look at all this beautiful concept art. I'm gonna love reading this later. But I just wanted to see it. Oh my goodness. Look at Baby Spirit. This is one of my favourite films of all time. Oh, it's a shame it's only that short, but even that small amount is nice to see. This, I love this. It's just, oh, it's beautiful. Oh man, is that it? Okay, I was kind of hoping there would be some new concept art for the Rise of the Guardians, but it looks very similar to what's actually in the art book, which I guess makes sense because this is basically a catalogue and a celebration of it. I was kind of hoping for some new stuff. I love that. The tooth. I met Peter Ramsey and Annecy for the animation festival a couple of years ago. I think he was signing for Spider-Verse. And I was like, can you please sign my Rise of the Guardians art book? And he was like, yeah, sure. I've not seen one of these in ages. And I was like, it's the film that got me into the industry. And he was like, that's so cool. That is, the DreamWorks book is so fucking heavy. It's definitely something you should read in a table, not like just flicking through on your lap like I am at the moment. So I look forward to going through that a little bit later properly. But I just wanted to show you guys the Spirit page and the Rise of the Guardians page. I'm a little bit disappointed there was no like new artwork, but again, I guess it makes sense because it's just basically compiling what's probably already in the art books. Whilst I was also out this morning with my mum, we went to M&S because we love like treating ourselves to M&S food when we're a little bit sad. So they've got the Easter stuff out, which I wanted to show you because I'm very much someone that is on Instagram looking at like the new food places. But they've got the caramel egg, which I'm excited to try. Probably very similar to the Christmas trees. And then the caramel chocolate eggs. Cadbury's used to do like an Oreo one of these, and it was my favourite chocolate, like in my top 5 favourite chocolates of all time. You good, Gimbal? They don't do it anymore. So these, although these are obviously caramel and not Oreo, I think these are going to be absolutely delicious. But the main thing that I saw from the Easter range so far that's been released is this. I'll try a little bit of it now. Custard cream biscuit egg. So technically they're M&S's Easter egg. It was, I think it was like 12 quid. It was ridiculously expensive, but we're going to share it. We'll use it as a cinema snack. This is so extra and so unnecessary, but I kind of love it. It's a giant custard chocolate cream, which is a very popular biscuit in the UK here. But I mean, I sort of expect it to go everywhere. Oh my god. Let's try it out. Gimbal. It's really nice. Is it £12 nice, or are you paying for M&S? And the novelty of it being custard cream. Probably that. Would recommend. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon now, and pretty much all of the snow has been washed away already. Like I mentioned on my walk earlier, last night I was not doing very well because I saw the snow, I thought of Shark and just burst into tears and really struggled to sleep during the night. And like what it meant, and if I should have waited for him to be able to play in the snow, stuff like that, kind of holding on to, it was probably him and Jack bringing me the snow to maybe cheer me up, bring me some peace. Know that because I love it, but it ended up making me just really sad. So they've washed it all away quickly, but I'm feeling a bit better now. But it's pretty much all gone already, so I feel like they've both just quickly washed it away, trying to cheer me up, but yeah, I don't know. A really terrible habit my cat has is asking for the tap to be turned on to drink. This is any tap in the house. This is the bathroom, this is the kitchen. He refuses to drink out of his bowl, even though there's fresh water. He just likes the tap. I think I should get one of those water bowls that has motion, like this, because maybe that's what he enjoys, the sensation of that. I also don't think he likes getting his whiskers wet, which a lot of cats don't when they're drinking from the bowl, so maybe it's that. Hello, Carlo. Yes, I'm judging you. You want water? Is that nice? He's like, do not film me. What's this? Water? Oh, yummy. It's so cute though. It's a really bad habit. My dad hates it, but I don't mind him doing it. also got this really cute heart-shaped frying pan, so I'm going to make some matcha pancakes for dinner. Made the batter earlier. Let's see how this goes. Looks like it's ready. This is the current matcha I'm using from the Japan Centre. I always pick it up every time I'm in London. I'm going to try that again, but I've now ruined the pan after its first use. I think I'm just going to go use my normal pan because this is wasting batter. Pablo! Pablo! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Are you toasting? Is that what the burning is?
I'm trying to make pancakes.
Oh, are you, darling?
It's not working.
Why am I zoomed in? It keeps floating up. Voila.
Yummy. One big one now. I want this pain to stop. I honestly refuse to have pancakes now without this, which is the best thing M&S has ever made. It's basically like eating white Kinder Bueno, and it's the best thing with pancakes. That and clotted cream. This and French toast is veggies for dinner. Matcha pancakes, clotted cream, Kinder Bueno sauce. Sold. Vet also sent me a card of condolence for Sharp, and they also included this little plant in memory. So I've just put them in here. So I bought a new PC a couple of months ago. This is actually my first ever PC. I've always had a laptop. Got it from PC Specialist. It was actually a nightmare. It was awful. It was absolutely terrible. So this PC, long and short of it, I won't get into details, but it had to be sent back about 5 times. I'm not joking, back and forth. And when it finally came back and it was like somewhat working, I noticed on this panel here, I don't know if you can see that dent on this panel. It really frustrated me because it finally came back and then it had a dent from probably all of the transport, which is just a nightmare. So they sent me out a new one and I was like, oh, for God's sake, I don't know if I want to try to fix this myself. And they're like, it's pretty easy. And tonight I did it. I was kind of impressed with myself. I sat down, I was like, come on, stop putting it off, get on with it. And I changed the PC panel all by myself, so I was pretty proud of that. I picked up Shark's ashes today. It's going to live next to Cloud here. I've ordered him a little tag to come as well, but he's home. He's home. When I was collecting him on the way home, I saw this cloud in the sky that looked like a bunny. I thought it was really sweet. Today is a day that's been needed for a long time. I'm finally getting my roots done. My hair usually isn't this greasy, by the way. I put an oil treatment in it a couple of days ago just to help when the bleach goes on. That looks disgusting. This is oil treatment, by the way, guys. This is not just my oily scalp. This is how long it is currently. Get rid of the split ends. Fix the disaster that are these roots. And yeah, let's sort this out because this is gross. Ta-da! Fresh hair! It's much more cool toned. The roots are gone. Much more blonde and like kind of white. I'm so happy with it. We also took a couple of bits of the length off because it really did need it. A couple of layers, fringe cut. I feel much more ready for 2025 now that my hair's done. I didn't realise how long it had been since I had it done. I think like maybe May last year, which is actually kind of nuts. Also, by my hairdressers, there's this really cute little bakery, and I had to pick up their Easter shortbread. Look how cute it is. It's blue. It's so pretty. I'm really excited to try it. So I went to see Mufasa last night and it was really lovely. I really enjoyed it. I'd already heard the song Brother quite a few times. It was going around on Twitter for some reasons. I do feel like it would look so much better if it was 2D. The problem is if you have photorealistic CGI models of lions, which they now have, the charm of the animation's gone because they're not character designs, they are how lions actually look, photorealistic, and that can really take away some of the performance. But I do feel it was much better than the Lion King live action remake from 2019, I think it was, where it just was soulless. Story was really good. I was really surprised about how much I actually enjoyed it. I also may have picked up a Sonic cup. I was gutted they only had Tails left, so but I went to see Sonic last year on the 24th as my Christmas Eve film, but they had a cup and I was like,
Might as well.
They're nice.
What on earth?